Today, you will learn what to do should an elderly person in your care become suddenly sick or injured, and I will give you exact steps that you can follow so that you can act confidently when it matters the most. By the end of this 10-minute video, you will know what actions to take for the top 3 most common incidents that occur in the elderly, so you can save somebody that you care about. As a paramedic, a large part of my work involves responding to elderly people in a time of crisis. And I do know that when their carers recognize what is happening and respond correctly before I arrive, it can make a very big difference to the outcome. Coming up later, I will show you ways hopefully you can avoid these problems from happening in the first place. High blood pressure affects over 60% of older adults, and it's a major risk factor for stroke and heart attack. Also, heart diseases are a leading cause of illness and death. Signs of hypertensive crisis, that is, a very high blood pressure, include severe headache, vision changes, chest pain, shortness of breath, or confusion. If this is happening, treat it as an emergency. Signs of a heart attack include chest pain or pressure, pain that radiates to the arm, to the jaw, or to the center of the back, sweating, nausea, shortness of breath. Older adults may have different symptoms, like weakness and confusion. If the person is not allergic, medical professionals will usually recommend 1 aspirin tablet, chewed and swallowed. Signs of stroke include facial droop, arm weakness, speech difficulty, sudden severe headache, or vision problem. We use what is known as the FAST test, that is face, arm, speech, time to go to hospital. If any of these are present, call emergency services immediately. Time-sensitive treatments save lives. Nearly half of adults 65 plus have arthritis, causing chronic pain and mobility problems. Osteoporosis weakens bones and raises the risk of fractures. Arthritis flare-ups cause increased joint pain, swelling, redness, warmth at the area, and a reduced range of motion. We manage acute flare-up with rest, ice for short periods, and elevation if there is swelling present. Also, over-the-counter medications such as ibuprofen can reduce inflammation, and paracetamol may help manage the pain. They could be effective also, but check with a medical professional first. In a suspected fracture, especially for somebody with osteoporosis, there can be severe pain, deformity, inability to use the limb, as well as swelling or bruising. If possible, do not move the person if a fracture is suspected. Instead, immobilize and support the limb in a position with the least amount of pain for that person and get some medical help. If there are back pains and possible spinal concerns, or if the pain is severe after a fall with other symptoms such as numbness, weakness, bowel or bladder incontinence, get urgent medical attention. Coming up later, I'll share with you some preventative measures that may help you to care for the elderly. Falls are a leading cause of both non-fatal and fatal injuries in adults over the age of 65. 1 in 4 adults falls annually. Common serious outcomes include hip fractures, spinal fractures, and traumatic brain injury. Immediately after the fall, you should approach calmly. Speak to the person to gauge their consciousness. If the person is conscious and pain-free, you can encourage them to slowly try to rise, support any movement, but only if they feel safe. Use a stable chair, for example, to help them sit and rest. But then check for injuries, including pain, bleeding, and dizziness. If injury is suspected to the hip, the pelvis, the spine, or the head, or if they're in severe pain or unable to get up, do not move that person. Keep them still and comfortable and call emergency services immediately. You can control any bleeding with gentle pressure, but keep them warm and observe breathing and their responsiveness until the medical help arrives. If the person is on blood thinners, head injuries can be more serious, and it is always a good idea to seek medical attention. So in summary, your key actions are these. Recognize emergencies for cardiac problems. That will be chest pain or pressure, pain radiating to the arm, jaw, or back, sweating, nausea, and shortness of breath. Remember, older adults may have different symptoms like weakness or confusion. For strokes, we use the FAST test. Face, arms, speech, time to get some help. Do not move suspected fractures or spinal injuries. Keep older adults calm and supported. Earlier, I said I'd share with you some things you can do now to try to prevent a major problem in the future. Sadly, people often do these things after the crisis. These things would include make sure the person is taking their medications as prescribed by their doctor. Sometimes elderly people can be forgetful or confused. Get them to have regular blood pressure checks at home or in a clinic, and report to the clinic any weight gain, shortness of breath if it's getting worse, swelling, which could be signs of heart failure. For bones and joints, make sure they have enough of their prescribed medications for pain and inflammation management. You might want to try some mobility aids like canes, walkers, and properly fitted footwear to reduce stress on the joints and the risk of falls. Home modifications are often recommended for the elderly. Remove trip hazards like rugs, install grab bars, raise toilet seats, and make sure the lighting is adequate. To help prevent falls at homes, the same modifications would apply, but also consider regular vision and hearing checks and medication reviews for side effects such as dizziness. Balance and strength exercises such as Tai Chi or other physical therapies can also be helpful. Comment below if you have experienced any of these with a loved one. This will encourage others to be a bit more proactive, and feel free to drop a like and to share with other carers. Down below also, I have links to videos which go into more detail and also links to other useful things, and sign up for my newsletter which will keep you up to date with common concerns and responses. Thanks for your time, stay safe and care for each other.